y'all. Welcome to epic nearshore Panama City. It's a beautiful morning. The sun is just now starting to get above the trees. It's about 6:45. We're going to start out here today. We're still hunting grouper. We're going to start out here today on the pipeline. In 60 feet of water, and hopefully we can catch some grouper today. We caught one yesterday, but it wasn't a keeper. We're still on the hunt for grouper. Red snapper season starts in 3 weeks for the fall, so we don't have a problem catching red snapper, but we'd like to catch some grouper, so we're going to get started. There we go. Fight more like a snapper. It is a snapper. Pretty nice snapper. Not what I was trying to catch. Not the target species. This reel is a level line. It's got the pawl in it that takes the line back and forth. I like level lines better than I like a conventional. Conventional doesn't have that, so you have to direct the line yourself. Or just let it pile up. Yeah, it's fighting like a snapper too. Keeper. And I'm using pretty good sized chunks of bait. And that's a third of a Boston mackerel, and Boston mackerel are probably 12 inches long. I like them when they're frozen. They may be a little bit harder to put on the hook, but they're also harder for the fish to take off the hook. So I keep ice in the fish box, and I keep my bait on top of the ice. It'll thaw out over time. It takes longer than if it's just sitting out in the open. More like a big snapper. Yep. So that's about an average snapper for inside the bay. Just over 20 inches. Two biggest snapper that we've caught here in the bay were 30 inches that my wife caught and 32 inches that I caught. And 32 inch fish I caught in about 25 feet of water on a little bitty pinfish, probably inch and a half long pinfish. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars to go, 35 to 50 miles offshore to catch fish. You can catch a bigger variety of fish offshore. We don't get mahi-mahi up in the bay. We don't get big king mackerel up in the bay. We get the king mackerel come up in the bay down at St. Andrews Point by the state park. But, I don't catch king mackerel up here in East Bay. He took me right in the structure. We do get some pretty good grouper in here in the bay. There was one that was 40 inches caught about a week ago here in the bay. That's a pretty stinking nice grouper. Because I'm low on mackerel. Not quite like that. It looks quite like a catfish. Catch some big sail cats too. So this is one of my 10 Fierce 3 30-pound rods. I've got a 7/0 hook on it, a little bit smaller than the other one. I'm using basically a whole cigar minnow. I cut the head and tail off, use the rest of it. are good to eat. I'm interested in grouper. Get another bait. Catch a lot of them on spoons and stuff. But if it's coming up, they'll just whack it. That's what he did. I didn't have any bait on that hook when I was reeling it in, but I got a weight, a bead, and a hook, and that's what he saw. And he ran up there and ate it. Most likely a year-old. Most of them are born in the spring, April, May, early June. They'll get about 8 inches the first year. They'll be 16 inches thereabouts after about 3 years. So I don't mind seeing the small ones. Belly. He's fat. And this is a really simple setup. It's a Berkeley Lightning Rod Shock, which is their inshore saltwater series. It's a 7-foot medium heavy action. I've got a Cadence 4000 stout. Cadence reels, the only place I found them is Amazon, and I've got a bunch of them. I've got 20-pound Power Pro braid, 30-pound Trilene Big Game leader, 3/4 ounce weight. Bigger piece of bait. I'll also use my 30-pound gear, my 50-pound gear. Don't use the 65 or 100-pound gear for red snapper very often, but I catch them when I'm chasing grouper. Fly, bite me. I do use that heavier gear when I'm trying to catch the grouper, and I'll catch snapper doing the same thing. A couple of the same outfits or same size setups, but they have the 3000 series reels from Cadence, and I got 15-pound line on I'll use the same outfits when I'm trying to catch flounder also. Let me show you that. That hump right there is the pipe. There's something on the east side of it right there. That's bait or fish. Fish here for a minute and see if anything bites. And I pretty much always have 10 rods in the boat. Don't always use all of them, but I've got 2 with 65-pound test. I've got 1 with 50-pound test. I've got 3 with 30-pound test. 50 pound at the house. I've got at least one more at the house with 15, and I think I got one more at the house with 20. So depending on what we're going to fish for, determines what rods I bring. So in the early season for red snapper, June and July, I don't even bring any of my 65, my 50, 65, 100 pound rods. Everything I've got in the boat is 15 to 30 pounds. For fishing for snapper. I can catch them on this stuff. The chances of you seeing grouper on the bottom machine are pretty slim because they literally hug the bottom or will be under something. So look for the structure. Now the red snapper, you'll see them as big arches. I don't see any big arches on here, but that doesn't mean that there's no red snapper here, because in current they'll get on the bottom as well, and so will mangroves and lane snapper and all that. So all it'll look like is just clutter on the bottom. Feels like a ruby redhead grunt. Oh, that's a little red snapper. That's a yearling. Red snapper. Feels like another catfish.